Mm. So hello and welcome back to another command line only video. This time you are going to follow me while I try to learn Ansible. It's something that I tried to learn since long time ago, like months, but I didn't find the time to do it. Now I have time and I want to actually improve my DevOps skills. So I want to learn Ansible, improve my Docker knowledge, and get more used to all those little tools that today DevOps tend to use when setting up an infrastructure for a server and stuff like that. So in another video I already set up my virtual machine to do this kind of experiments. So now you can follow me and see what happens. We are going to be using only the command line. Why? Because I like to practice also my command line skills, and I will tell you why. My last job, I used to work as backend developer and DevOps at the same time. You know what startup works, so they were not able to hire two people to do that, so I was doing the two things at the same time, and it actually was very cool in the aspect that I learned a lot about DevOps. I got very interested about it, so I feel that it's something I want to improve my skills on. And why this obsession with the command line? Well, I will tell you a story. I was one day eating outside with my girlfriend, with my current girlfriend, and there was a problem in the server. And if my only knowledge to access a server would be like using Visual Studio Code or something like that, I will have to stop the dinner, go back to home, and that will probably drive my girlfriend mad at me. So thankfully, to the command line and knowing how to use Beam, it allowed me to basically just open my phone, say to my girlfriend, please wait me a second, use an Android application for a terminal with remote access capabilities, I mean SSH capabilities, and I was able to just access the server from my phone, do a little configuration with the Apache, modify the Apache configuration, restart some servers, modify some settings with Beam, etc., etc., etc. And I was able to fix everything like in 15 minutes with my phone without having to stop the dinner. So yes, that's one reason to learn the command line, to have more freedom to work in any way and place. Okay, so let's start. Let me check if my stream is working correctly, etc., etc. Let me check. Yeah, it's working fine. Then I believe my audio. Yes, everything is okay. If you see my mouse moving, it's because I am not doing all command line yet. I am doing a bit of trick. I am only sharing my Terminator terminal, but I will find a way to stream everything with command line in future, so you don't get infuriated looking at my mouse. Okay, so usually I tend to use terminal, but actually it's more worthwhile to learn Tmux because I can use tabs in Terminator like this, for example, tab 1, no, sorry, tab 2, etc. But it's not ideal. It's not ideal because if you're in a remote server, you cannot do that. So the best thing to do is using Tmux. With Tmux, we can have tabs and without having to have any special terminal. It's just the application for the command line itself that does everything for us. So let's just rename this tab into, what's the name? What name can I set for this? Let's call it server. So here I'm going to start my server. I believe it's in this. Yes. Let me check something, please. Okay, so let's add. Let me check how this script was working. Fine, I guess everything is okay. So let's just start the server. And now let's open a new tab with Tmax. Let's change the name for this too. Let's just search KVM. So this is the tab where I am actually connected to the server. So let me explain what I did. First, no. In the first tab, like this tab, I am just starting the operating system, my virtual machine with, how to call it, what's the name for this? Sorry, in no graphic mode, so I can access it using an SSH um, server and client, actually client here. So let's just join this virtual machine and the port. I did some port forwarding here. I forward some ports from the host server to the guest server. There it is. And voila, we are in my virtual machine. And how many space it has? Only 7 gigabytes. Okay, it's going to be a very small operating system, but that's okay for me, I guess. So I am in my server already. That's okay. Now let's just name this as browser. I tend to use links for the browser. And then just create a new one. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let's just create a new one called home. Yeah, I like the idea of home. So let's go to browser and let's just browse the internet. Okay, so I want to learn Ansible, so let's go to it. Ansible. Let's just go. Let's assume we are beginners. Actually, yes, okay. Let's just assume we are beginners. This is going to be a long stream. You are going to follow me while I learn stuff. Getting started with Ansible, introduction to Ansible. I would like to. Yeah, this is good enough for me. Okay, so Ansible. Let me see. Ansible, getting started with Ansible. Introduction to Ansible. Okay. Ansible price, blah blah blah. Eliminate. Yes, this is the kind of tool that probably would have probably needed when I was doing my DevOps work in my last job, but it was my first DevOps work, so I guess one learns with time. I'm sorry, I believe I have some kind of cold. I don't know, maybe I have the flu. I don't think so, though. I don't think I have the flu, though. Sorry, there it is. I was just checking some stuff. Okay, so Ansible provides an open source automation that reduces complexity and runs everywhere. Using Ansible lets you automate virtually any task. Here are some common use cases for Ansible. Eliminate repetition and simplify workflows. Okay. Manage and maintain system configurations. Fine. Continuously deploy complex software and perform zero downtime running updates. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I believe Ansible uses something like similar to GitHub Actions, like EAML or something like that. I don't know how to. I have a problem spelling in English. I know I didn't. I don't know if you know it, but my native language is Spanish. I only speak Spanish and half English. Ansible uses a simple human-readable script called playbooks to automate your tasks. Sorry, you declare the desired state of a local or remote system in your playbook. Ansible ensures that the system remains in the state. As automation technology, Ansible is designed around the following principles. a centralized architecture, low maintenance overhead by avoiding installation of additional software across IT. Oh, that's nice. Simplicity, automation playbooks use straightforward. Yes, like GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions. Yeah, I how to pronounce this? IAML, I guess. Syntax for code that reads like documentation. Ansible is also decentralized using SSH with existing operating system credentials to access to remote machines. Scalability and flexibility. Easily and quickly scale systems. You automate through a modular design that supports a large range of operating systems, cloud platforms, and network devices. Idempotence and predictability. When the system is in the state your playbook describes, Ansible does not change anything, even if the playbook runs multiple times. Okay, so the scalability. Nice. The flexibility, that's perfect. When a system is in a state your playbook describes, Ansible does not change anything, even if your playbook runs multiple times. Oh, I see. Okay, like I believe you run your playbook again. I mean, you run the playbook again. Ansible checks that your system is in the state that your playbook describes, and it just keep it like that and don't break anything away. Okay, nice. So I can go next, I guess. Start automating with Ansible. Get started with Ansible by creating an automation project, building an inventory, and creating an hello world playbook. Install Ansible. Oh, here we are an issue. Here we have some issue because I think let's go to let's install Ansible in my virtual machine. Like just let's install Python first. I have something here. I have. Do I have a web server in this machine already? I believe I do. I believe I do. I have a web server in this machine. Let me check actually. Something. Yes, I have a web server in this machine. I knew it. Look at that. If I do curl to my yes, I have a web server in that virtual machine. Okay, it doesn't matter. Ideally I would prefer to have a clean server, but it's okay. So let's install Python and Ansible. So okay, I would prefer to actually browse out to. I don't know how to do tabs with. So let's change the name. Ansible guide for this. Actually, you're going to be like browser. If I have to browse anything, and you are going to be my home. So okay, how we are here. So let's just try to install Ansible Debian 12. So let's see how to install Ansible for my specific operating system. Okay, that's going for it to help. I wanted to Debian though. Okay, no, this is not helping me a lot. This is not helping me, so let's try to look to another place that, okay, it's going to help me a bit more. This is more specific to my current Debian version. So we have Debian bookworm. I remember calling it bookwork, and that gave me some issues. I'm sorry for the noise. Okay, so basically, with the get update, install Ansible, so it's going to have all the dependencies, I guess. Let's just update my. Let's just update my stuff. Oh, let me try something though. I have Ansible. Yes, there I have Ansible. That should be enough for me. Yes, it sounds like, oh, Ansible actually takes a considerable space of disk. Actually, for my very little virtual machine though. If you hear some clicks, it's because I'm going to share some stuff about this live stream in Twitter. I promise to learn how to use Twitter and stuff like that in the command lines. I believe if I could, because I want to like keep it real, you know. If I say command line, I want everything to be command line. So okay. So here we are, I guess. I already have Ansible installed in my virtual machine, and that's beautiful. Uh-oh, I did close Tmux by mistake. I'm sorry. Let's go back. Yeah, I detached by mistake. I actually wanted to go to the Ansible guide. No, I wanted to check my free space. I have 6 gigabytes free. I am in trouble here. I don't have any free space in this thing, but okay, it's okay. It's just okay. I don't think I could do very big experiments, so. It is the browser, I guess. I installed Ansible already. Create a project folder on your file system. Let's call it Ansible Quick Start. Okay, let's do it. Let's just make a deal called learning Ansible here. Let's go to learning Ansible, make it Ansible Quick Start. Okay. So there we are. So what I want to do now is to make it easier to add source control and ways to reuse and share automation content. Okay. Continue getting started as your IP and inventory. Okay, next. Let's go next on how this works. Building an inventory. Okay, that's okay. That's enough. Inventories organize managed nodes in centralized files that provide Ansible with system information and network locations. Using an inventory file, Ansible can manage a larger number of hosts with a single command. That's fine. To complete the following steps, you will need the IP address or fully qualified domain name, FQDN, I guess, of at least one host system. For demonstration purposes, the host could be running locally in a container or a virtual machine. I'm using a virtual machine though. You must almost ensure that your public SSH key is added to the authorized keys file on each host. Continue getting started and Ansible and build inventory as follows. Create a file named inventory.ini in the Ansible quick start that you created in the preceding step. Okay, let's go to that. Inventory.ini. I believe it was like that. Inventory.ini. Yes, it's just inventory.ini, so that's good enough for me. Add my host group to the inventory.ini file and specify the IP address or fully qualify my main each host systems. Oh, I see. Okay, so my inventory. The issue here is that I have only one virtual machine, and I believe I cannot ping my guests. Interesting. But nonetheless, keep going. I just have one host, and it will be like my specific. I believe I'm going to use this because I want to use my local machine. Verify your inventory. Ansible inventory UI. Ansible inventory. Inventory in list. Column match supply host partner. Ignore inventory. No host match. Nothing to do. Okay, interesting. So I see that basically. Oh, Ansible inventory. Oh, there it is. Quick. I don't know how to resize this, but okay. Let's just use less, I guess. Okay, there it is. My host. Okay, fine. I see what's going on. That's good enough for me. Ping my host. Drop in your inventory. Ansible my host and ping. Okay. Is the key is not done by any other names. Okay, fingerprint. It's okay. I believe that should be good enough. Okay, let's try with. Yes. Unreachable. Failure to connect to the host via. Oh, I am so silly. I know what's going on. Yes, this is not exactly what I. Okay, 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 okay. So, wow. I know what's going. I don't know if it is. I wonder if I can test Ansible like in my current local server. I know it's useful to deploy multiple servers, but interesting. Unreachable. True. Permission denied. Okay. So what I want to do probably is to make another virtual machine. Yes, I want to, or actually I want to use Ansible in my host server and should install stuff in my virtual machine. So let's just exit this. Let's remove this learning Ansible stuff from here. And then go to my home. And here I'm going to go to Alex. Make the Ansible. Okay, I share this here. Is Ansible already installed? It seems that it is. So Ansible quick start in inventory dot ini my host. The issue now is how I can ping my. Wait, I have an issue here now because I do want to ping my virtual machine, but I am not sure that I can. Interesting. Very interesting though. Let me check something. I know what I can do though. I really know what I can do. Yeah, this is the browser, so inventory. Change port. How can I change the port in Ansible? Change SSH port in playbook. Okay. This is exactly what I want to do. Sorry. Because I am not using the default port for set fact Ansible port. Let me check the question again. In my inventory file. I do that from the inventory though. Let's see. Oh, I see. I can use an aliases to my. I guess that could work though. Yes, I guess that could work. That could work. I can try to use that aliases and try to join that way my SSH config. So let's do something like that. Oh, why I'm doing this? Let's just create a new. Let's just create a new config. Let's call it like no, it's not like that though. Let me see. Oh, if the file does not exist, I can create a file, I guess. Oh. I guess I can create a file. Let's call it like lot of white space here. Okay, let me get rid of the white space because well, actually let me write this again because I could actually use some replace to replace. How is that pattern was not found? Should not do it though. Okay, there it is. I got rid of all the useless white space, and let's change local. It's going to be like let me check something now. Like haha, wonderful. Wonderful, it's working. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. Yes. Now I should be able to say goodbye to actually not goodbye to this because I want to have that open to remember my local server name. Okay. So with this we can bypass the forward of ports I had to do to access my Ansible, my virtual machine. Sorry, via SSH. Now let's just go to browser, or actually home, and let's just add. Go to the Ansible guy again. My host. Okay. And I can verify my inventory like that. There it is. Okay, that's fine. Now what I want to do though, it's my host and I want to ping. I don't know if it's going to work though. Let's check. My host ping y inventory in and nothing more. Hmm. The host PS just drugs. Permission denied. Public password. Okay. I was able to. I am using a passphrase. That's why maybe I having some issue. I usually don't want to use a passphrase though. I am used to use a passphrase, but I don't want that right now. So okay, so let's do something else. Ansible. All you need to do is to change a public and certificate and append it to the remote host authorized Git file. Okay, probably want to do that though. Okay, so let me see. I guess I can do this though. Wait. Sorry. This is very, very big typography. Copy ID, remote server, remote username, server IP address. Okay. Let's see now. Nice. It seems that it authorize my key though. So let me check something. Great. It seems to be working. Seems to be working, and that's beautiful because now I should be able to. Why? Why it says unreachable? Maybe because I have to specify the username though. Okay, so maybe now I have to specify the username though. Oh, I see. Ansible connection SSH, Ansible SSH user, Ansible pass. Okay, pass not, but user. Okay, yes. Ansible connection SSH, Ansible. Let me check that. Ansible underscore SSH underscore user. You should not be using root for this, but you know what they say. Well, actually, I don't know what they say, but excellent. Look at that. It's working perfectly now. Yes, that was the issue. It was trying to use another username and not root to access. So we did some progress now. Now I am able to ping my local. I'm sorry, my local server, I guess. And that's great. That's really great. So let's keep going with the Ansible guide now, because we can keep working with this. Okay, so I'm going to be listening to some music probably while I work, or maybe not, who knows. So let's just keep going with the Ansible guide. Okay, so I was able to have some success connecting to my host. As my number of nodes. My host, and there. Okay, I see what's going on. This is perfect. My host 1, my host 2, my host 3, Tip for building inventories. Ensure that group names are meaningful and unique. Group names are also case sensitive. Avoid spaces, hyphens, and percentage numbers. Okay. Group hosted your inventory logically according to their what, where, and when. what group hosts according to the topology. For example, database, web, leaf, spine, where group hosts by geographic location. For example, data center, region, floor, building. When groups by stage, for example, development, test, staging, production. Nice, that's actually a good idea. Development, test, staging, production. Use metagroups. Create metagroup that organize multiple groups in your inventory with the following syntax. Metagroup name, children. The following inventory illustrates a basic structure for a data center. In this example, inventory contains a network metagroup that includes all network devices and a data center metagroup that includes the network group and all web servers. Leaves. Host leaves 01, 02, spine host spine 01, spine 02, network children leaf, web servers, host, web server, Ansible host, etc. Create variables, set value for manage nodes. Oh, this is amazing, by the way. I can manage a very complex infrastructure with Ansible. This is beautiful. Sorry. To put in inventory. Amazing. This is just beautiful. Start automating with Ansible. Get started with Ansible by creating an automation project, building an inventory, and creating. Okay, so I actually went back, building inventory. How to go next? Creating a playbook. Here we are. Perfect. So, what more we can do now? I'm going to eat something soon probably, but I am happy that I already knew how to set up my playbook. Sorry, my infrastructure with Ansible. I will probably create a new virtual machine. I know I don't have a very good computer. I only have 8 gigabytes of RAM, but if I am using only the command line, I believe I can afford like having 2 virtual machines, not more than that, and do experiment with only 2 local virtual machines with a Debian server there. Order list of tasks that map to manage nodes in an inventory task. A reference to a single module that defines the operations that Ansible performs. Module. A unique code or binary that Ansible runs on managed nodes. Ansible modules are grouped in collections with a fully qualified collection name for each module. Complete the following steps to create a playbook that pings your host and print a hello world message. I don't think the ping will work very okay, but anyway. I believe the ping it's not going to work very well here because there is some kind of issue with doing a ping and with QEMU, but okay, let's just try it. Let's playbook YAML or AML. I don't know what's the pronunciation of the UI letter. I mean the first letter of AML. I'm sorry, my English is quite broken. Playbook. Okay, it will be A, I guess. Okay, so let's create a playbook. Let's go to here. Let's rename this as Ansible practice. Ansible practice. Let's just create this by now, and then create a playbook. Let's just map some stuff that I tend to like to do in Vim.
¿Comiste?
No, no estoy por comer todavía. ¿Por
¿Quieres
qué?
que te ponga una milanesa?
Dale, sí, sí, sí. Estoy justo estudiando algo ya.
Sí, voy a poner.
Genial. Okay, so let me see if this works. Okay, yes, we are fine. Okay, so let's create the playbook. Name my first play. Okay. Okay. That's okay, I guess. Name. Just dot my first play. My first play. Host my host. Okay. My tasks. Ping my host. Print message. Hello world. Like that. Or it's not like that. No, it's not like that. Ping my host. Ansible. Built-in ping. uh, Sorry. I'm sorry. Print message. Message. Then we can run the playbook, I guess. No. Ansible inventory. Ansible playbook. UI inventory. The ping is not going to work. Oh, cannot resolve the Ansible built-in. I put a built-in, not built-in. Sorry. Okay, fine. Let's see if this actually it's the case. It seems to be working. Everything seems to be working. Okay, all the three actions. Nothing changed. Nothing was unreachable, nothing failed, nothing skipped, nothing rescued, nothing ignored. Fine, we did our first Ansible playbook. That's pretty nice. In this output you can see the names that you give play on each task. You should always use descriptive names that make it easy to verify and troubleshoot playbooks. The gathering facts tasks runs implicitly. By default, Ansible gathers information about your inventory that it can use in the playbook. The status of each task has a status of OK, which means it runs successfully. The play recap that summarizes results of all tasks in the playbook per host. In this example, there are 3 tasks, so OK equals 3 indicates that each task runs successfully. Okay, so what happened? Pretty crazy though. So we could continue with the next part of the getting started. It's Ansible concepts. Okay, I like that. These concepts are common to all users of Ansible. You should understand them before using Ansible or reading the documentation. Control node manages nodes, inventory, playbooks, play, role, tasks, handles, module, plugins, collections. Control node, the machine from which you run the Ansible command line tools and others. Okay, you can use any computer that meets the software requirements as a control node. Laptops, shared desktops, and servers can all run Ansible. You can also run Ansible in container nodes and execution environments. Multiple control nodes are possible, but Ansible itself does not coordinate across them. See AAN for such features. Managed nodes, also referred to as hosts. These are the target devices, servers, and appliances on any computer you aim to manage with Ansible. Ansible is not normally installed on managed nodes unless you are using Ansible pool, but this is rare and not the recommended setup. Inventory, a list of managed nodes provided by one or more inventory resources. Your inventory can specify information specific to each node, like IP address. It's also used for assigning groups that both allow for node selection in the play and bulk variable assignment. To learn more about inventory, see the Working with Inventory section. Sometimes an inventory source file is also referred to as a host file. Playbooks. They contain plays, which are the basic unit of Ansible execution. This is both an execution concept and how we describe the files on which Ansible Playbooks operates. Playbooks are written in ARML, I guess, and are easy to read, write, share, and understand. To learn more about playbooks, see Ansible Playbooks. Plays. The main context for Ansible execution. The main context execution. Display, book, objects, maps, manage node, host to tasks. The play contains variables, roles, and other lists of tasks and can be run repeatedly. It basically consists of an implicit loop over the map host and tasks and defines how to iterate over them. Roles. A limited distribution of reusable Ansible content, tasks, handlers, variables, plugins, templates, and files for use inside of a player. To use any role resource, the role itself must be imported into the play. Tasks. The definition of an action to be applied to the managed host. You can execute a single task once with an ad hoc command using Ansible or Ansible console, but create a virtual play. Handlers. A special form of a task that only executes when notified by a previous task which results in a changed status. Modules. The code or binaries that Ansible copies to and executes on each managed node when needed to accomplish the action defined in each task. Each module has a particular use, from administering users on a specific type of database to managing VLAN interfaces on a specific type of network device. You can invoke a single module with a task or invoke several different modules in a playbook. Ansible modules are grouped in collections. For an idea how many collections Ansible includes, see the collection index. Plugins. Pieces of code that expand Ansible core capabilities. Plugins can control how you connect to a managed node, collect your plugins, manipulate data, filter plugins, and even control what is displayed in the console. Callback plugins. See working with plugins for data. Collections, the format in which Ansible connect content is distributed that can contain playbooks, role modules, and plugins. You can install and use collections through Ansible Galaxy. To learn more about collections, see using Ansible collections. Okay, getting started with execution environment. This is a very beautiful guide, I have to say. I am in this part of the documentation though. You can run Ansible automation in containers like any other modern software application. Ansible uses container image nodes as execution environments, AI that act as control nodes. AIs remove complexity to scale out automation projects and make things like deployment operations much more straightforward. An execution environment image contains the following packages as a standard: Ansible Core, Ansible Ruler, Python, Ansible content dependencies. In addition to the standard packages, an AA also contain one or more Ansible collections under their dependencies, other custom components. This getting started guide shows you how to build and test a simple execution environment. The resulting container image represents Ansible control node that contains standard array packages, community Postgres collection, and cycle. Introduction to execution environments. So one thing I want to do first is because yes, it's all cool, but using Ansible actually should be more about managing multiple servers, not just one local virtual machine. So probably I'm going to it now. I will set up then a second virtual machine, and then I will work with that, so I can actually do stuff with two virtual machines, or using Ansible terminology, to manage nodes. I am using my physical computer as my control node. Usually I wouldn't want to do that, because I prefer to, every time I'm testing this kind of DevOps tools, I prefer to work all with a virtual machine, but I don't have a very powerful computer to be able to like just do this kind of stuff. So all I can do is to just experiment with my two only virtual machines in my local computer, and that's as much as I can do. But it should help at last. It will be like a startup setup, I guess. A very, very little, minimal startup setup to test Ansible. Okay, so I will see you later. Now, what we have done now is we have Ansible working, connecting to my local machine, virtual machine, and that's it. I have my physical machine. I have my inventory. I had to modify my SSH configuration to be able to connect Ansible with my virtual machine, and I will probably set up, when I am back, another virtual machine, so I have two local servers, and we can kind of experiment having a multi-server infrastructure, as it usually tends to be. You never tend to have just one server unless you are deploying a very little and small application. So thanks a lot, and see you later. Probably in a few hours I will keep working with